All right, so this one we have to know a little bit about what angles are. So it says the largest angle in a triangle is 48 degrees more than the smallest angle. The sum of the measures of the two smaller angles is 18 degrees more than the measure of the larger angle, or the largest angle, I should say. So what we have to know is, first off, what is a triangle? Well, the triangle, if we take all the different angles and add them up, so the angles sum to 180 degrees. So if we add all those together, this is the summation sign. They add up to 180 degrees. So that's going to be a key that we need to have. And so it says that X is going to be the largest, Y is going to be the middle, and Z is going to be the smallest. And so that's going to be kind of how we're going to do this. And if it didn't give it to us, what we would do is we would write that ourselves. And usually how we would do it, we'd be writing on the top over here, X equals the largest angle, Y equals the middle angle, and Z equals the smallest angle. Okay. So we went ahead and did that anyway. So now what we have to do is we have to think about what it says in that thing. The largest angle in a triangle is, so the largest is X. So X is 48 degrees more than the smallest. Well, the smallest was Z, so Z plus 48. Okay. So we have that equation. What's the next one? The sum of the measures of the two smaller angles, y and z, is 18 degrees more than the measure of the largest. All right, so that says y plus z is x plus 18. And then the last one is what I said up here. If we take x plus y plus z, that's equal to 180 degrees. Now, are these written in a form that we can use them? Not really. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to transform this into something that it's, x, y, z equals some number. Okay, so we're going to have to subtract the z here. So we're going to have x minus z equals 48. Here we have to take the x over here, so we have a minus x plus y plus z equals 18. And this one's okay. X plus y plus z equals 180. And so that's my equation one, that's my equation two, and that's my equation three. Now, what do we want to do? I think let's get rid of x's. So if I take 1 and 2 together and then 2 and 3 together, that gets rid of my x's. So first off, I'm going to take 1 plus 2. So x minus z equals 48, and a minus x plus y plus z equals 18. Now, I didn't say it's going to make it easier. I just said we're going to eliminate one of the variables, but we're going to introduce, that y to the first equation. So those are canceled. Well, guess what? That minus z and the plus z, they actually canceled too. I didn't notice that until there. So we've actually simplified this into y equals 48 plus 18, so that's 4, 5, 66. So that's going to be 66 degrees. Now let's go ahead and do 2 plus 3 because we have to, work all the equations. So we have a minus x plus y plus z equals 18. We have x plus y plus z equals 180. So now when we add those together, again, my x's cancel. Now nothing else cancels, so we're done there. So now we have what? A 2y plus a 2z equals, and then now we add those together and we get what? 198. Okay. Well, we already know y, so we can solve for z. So if we take 2 times 66 plus 2z equals 198, well, that's going to be what? 132. So if we subtract 132, 2z equals what? That's going to be a 66, it looks like. Divide by 2. So z is equal to 33 degrees. Okay, so now I know y, I know z, so I can solve for x. I'm just going to plug it into the first one here because I can put it over here, but then I'm going to have to go ahead and subtract it over again. So I'm going to say x equals z, which we just said was 33, plus 48. Well, that's equal to what? That's going to be equal to 81 degrees. So I'm saying my angles are going to be 81, then y is 66, and z is 33. Okay, so that's the ordered pair, or I can say x equals 81 degrees, y equals 66 degrees, and z equals 33 degrees. So that's kind of depending on if they want to order triple or if they want the actual angles written like this. Now, does it make sense? Does it go largest to smallest? Well, it goes 81, 66, 33. So we're at least in the right ballpark here. So again, I think I'm gonna have to use the next page to do my check. And so my check for one, that's going to be basically 81 because it's x equals, and I'm going to go back to these equations before I did any manipulation, basically. That way, if I did anything wrong here, it's not going to really help me because it's going to show it, yeah, it works, but I'm going to go back to this one to make sure. So 81 equals what? Well, that was 33 plus 48, so that's 781, so that one works. 2. Well, that was 66 plus 33, and that's supposed to be equal to 81 plus the 18. Well, that's what 99 equals, and that's going to be 99, so that works. And the last one, it was said 81 plus 66 plus 33 is supposed to be equal to 180. Well, that's 99 plus that, so that's going to be 1718, and then, yep, that's going to give us that. So, because we have 4, that goes up, so that works. Okay. So that means then that our answer over here, that the largest angle is 81, the middle angle is 66, and the smallest angle is 33, is the correct answer. All right, let's stop there and come back for some more.